Hello, are you planning on growing vegetables in bags this year? This is one of my old bags. As you can see, it's seen better days. Handles are starting to pull away now. The eyelets have come out of the base of the bag. I've had this bag and another few like it for about 5 or 6 years. It's grown quite a few potatoes in these bags. Carried seaweed in them, carried rubble in them, and they're about shot at. So I'm in the market for some new bags. So I've been on the internet. We're under lockdown, so we'll go on the internet and have a look, see what there is on there. These are a first generation bag, if you like. All it is a bag, but there are now bags on there that have got flaps. Yeah, they've got a flap in the bag, and the idea is that if you grow potatoes, at some point in time you can open the flap, take some potatoes, then close the flap again and let that plant grow on. Sounds a good idea, doesn't it? If you could just take whatever you needed, or at least if you opened the flap and the potatoes were too small or there were no potatoes there, you could just close the flap. Nothing wasted, so you haven't actually emptied a bag out prematurely. So on the face of it, yeah, it looks a good idea. But to be honest, I don't think they'll stand up to scrutiny. Check these out. Have a look at these. Now what I think we need to do is we need to have a closer look at that potato reveal, don't we? We need to have a closer look at that. And then when we've done that, I'm going to cut you to a video that I shot a couple of years ago where I actually grew potatoes in shopping bags. I enjoyed watching that video again myself, and I know you'll enjoy it. So stick with this. Are we expected to believe that the potatoes in this shot were all grown in that bag? Seriously? There is no soil on the potatoes, even the ones still in the bag. They look like washed potatoes. What do you think? The potatoes are all the same size. No big ones, no small ones, no mollies. No chance. What do you think? Potatoes this size would take upwards of 3 months to grow. A bag full of soil for 3 months will be bulging with no creases visible and with small bulges where potatoes are wedged against the inside of the bag. Is this a setup? How do you get to the potatoes on the opposite side of the bag from the flap? Just asking. And finally, do you think you could push all of the soil and the potatoes back into the bag and close the flap? If you have ever grown potatoes in one of these bags with a flap, please tell us in the comments how it went for you. Okay, so this is something you might want to try. I've already done this and I know it works. And the video you're going to see very shortly will prove that it works. But yeah, let me show you what it is very quickly, because it is explained in the video. It is a start to finish video, so this is a very quick explanation. 10-inch water bucket, okay, or a 10-inch pot. Shopping bag with holes in it for drainage. Water bucket with holes in it for drainage. we sit the shopping bag in the bucket. We put 2 inches of soil in the bottom and we put 1 seed potato on that 2 inches of soil and then top it off with soil. Hey, that's it. That's it. That's how easy it is. Watch the video, then come back to me. Hello. About 3 months ago I started planting my early seed potatoes, and I've been using these 10-inch pots. But the problem with pots is once you empty them out, usually the plant's finished, the potatoes finished. So if you empty them out prematurely, and there's lots of small potatoes on there, you finish up kicking yourself, don't you? You've jumped the gun, you've emptied it out too soon, and now you've ruined the plant. But this might be a way of avoiding that. Plastic shopping bags. Now there is a video on the channel that shows me doing this. There isn't it to have holes in, by the way, but there is a video on this channel showing me doing this. So what I did was, I planted 1 early seed potato in a shopping bag and sat it in a 10-inch pot. Now I'll just bring one into the shot now and show you how it's doing after 3 months growing like this. Okay, I actually lined this pot with 2 shopping bags. You can see both handles. You need to grip both handles, grip the pot with your feet, and then lift up on the shopping bag handles. Now what we're trying to do is get this potato plant out of this pot without actually destroying the root ball. Well, I think you can see we've done that. Okay, the root ball's still there. Now what I'm going to do now is we're going to put this up on a table, get it higher, then we're going to peel this shopping bag back, and without disturbing this potato plant, see if there's any potatoes on it. If there are some big ones, we might want to take them. If they're all still small, we'll pop it back in the pot. But just let me adjust the camera and get this up a bit higher so I can show you the next step. Okay, so as you can see, we've lifted it up onto this table. We're a bit higher now. Let's see if we can take this shopping bag off without disturbing the root ball. That was the plan. Okay, there we are. That's the root ball fully exposed but undamaged, and not a potato inside. So had you emptied this out, you'd have been sorely disappointed and your potato would be finished. Okay, there would be no way of getting that back in, but as you can see, this root ball has stayed tight. I think we've a small potato down here showing. What I've found through experience is that most of the potatoes in pots are in the middle of the pot. You don't get that many at the side until the middle is overloaded, and then the potatoes seem to want to come out the edges of the pot. So this one will need to go back in again for a few more weeks. But we haven't disturbed it, as you can see, so that isn't an issue. We haven't wasted it. Had we emptied this out, well, that would have been the end of it, but we haven't. Okay, and that's the idea of the shopping bags. So we'll pop this one back in, and while we've got it out, we can see that it's quite dry. I've been watering these potatoes, but obviously not enough. So we'll pop this one back in, and because all the other pots are on the same watering cycle, so to speak, I'll water them all today. Okay, so we'll wrap it back up, pop it back in its pot, and we'll visit it again in a few weeks' time. How easy was that? Okay, so the first potato we're going to look at is Annabelle. Annabelle was a set aside potato, so it wasn't bought as a seed potato, it was bought to eat, but I simply set some aside. Look how easy it is to roll the bag off to expose the root ball. And if there's any potatoes external that look to have any size about them, we'll take them, and the smaller ones we'll leave to grow on. Okay, I'll just turn this round to make sure you can see this. We'll take this one and just ease it out. Ooh. We'll take this one. Just turn it round nice and slowly. That looks like a nice one there. We'll take that one. Oh, we may have another here. And that one, I think we'll take that one as well. Isn't as big, but we'll take it. Okay. Now, I can still see there are small potatoes showing, but they're too small to take. And I know there will be some potatoes in the middle of this root ball. But what I intend to do now is tease this bag back up. These two shopping bags. As you can see, there's been very little disturbance of that plant, and this is going back in the pot now to grow on. So, from that one potato, Annabelle, which was a set aside potato, we've harvested 4 potatoes. Okay, and we haven't destroyed the plant, it's still growing, and we've got 4 potatoes. That's not a bad start. This potato is Rocket. This was a seed potato. And see what we can get off Rocket without breaking up the root ball. Blimey. Well, I think we'll have this one. This one seems a bit bigger than the one nearest. I think we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one for the time being. Because if we're looking for a meal, remember we've already got 4 potatoes. Oh! That's a rocket. Right. And there's another one round this back side I'm going to show you that I'm going to take. This one here, you can see that one, we're going to leave that one. We'll take this one, it feels a fairly sizable potato, right? And we'll tease these bags back up, simple as. And we'll lift this back in the pot, and Rocket lives to fight another day, and we've got 4 potatoes. That's 4 potatoes from Rocket. So that's 8 we have in total. So the next potato we're going to look at is Charlotte. Charlotte was a set aside potato. We'll see if we can get anything off Charlotte. But we have enough for a meal off those two, to be honest. Those are fairly sizable potatoes. Right, nothing on this side. Spin it round. Up. We'll get one Charlotte there. It's not a bad potato. And we'll have this boy as well. Two Charlottes. Okay. We'll whip this bag back up and pop this back in the pot to grow on. Two Charlotte. And last of all, Red Duke of York. Coming from this side, I think. This is Red Duke of York. Oh, lift him out the bag, off the pot. And let's see what Red Duke of York has to offer. Turn him round. One, two, and no more Red Duke of York. So we'll have two Red Duke of York. Pull the bag back up, pop Red Duke of York back in the pot, and he lives to fight another day. What do you think? Are you going to give it a go? There's no expense, is there? If you've got some of these and you've got some of these, there is absolutely no expense. You've probably potatoes on your veg rack indoor that if you chitted those up you could use and take some soil from your garden. Where's the expense? It's cost nothing. Just set some up. Just set some up, but wait till the time's right. I'm making this video now so that it'll give you a chance to make a decision and sort your bits and pieces out for when the time's right for planting potatoes. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed watching it again. You're not going to feed a football team out of these small buckets. What you're going to do is get enough potatoes for yourself and probably your partner and an accompaniment for a meal for two. That's all you're going to get, the small bucket. There's no storage implications because as soon as you have taken the potatoes out of the bags, you're going to eat them. So there's no storage implications. You may be able to visit the bag a couple of times in a year, and then the next time you go, you'll be emptying the bucket out because potatoes don't grow forever. They just don't. They die. So don't run away with the idea you've got potatoes forever, because you haven't. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. Stay safe. Let's get past Christmas. Let's get into the spring of the year. Hey, let's plant some potatoes. Let's do that. Let's do it together. See you in the garden next year. And you may want to click on the link that I'll give you on this table, and it'll show you some more potato reveals from previous years. This is Homegrown Veg signing out.